She betrayed me, Dot, and for the longest time, I thought that was the wound that broke me, but it wasn't. What truly broke me was how long I kept blaming myself for someone else's betrayal. Her name was Lara, the kind of woman who could make you forget the world existed. Her voice had calm, her smile had warmth, and her love, or what I thought was love, felt like home. We weren't perfect, but I believed we were real, Dot, and when something feels real, you don't question it, you protect it, Dot. So I gave her my trust, I gave her my time, my heart, my energy. I gave her the parts of me I didn't even know existed. And in return, she gave me a lesson, Dot. It happened suddenly, Dot, not through rumors, not through friends, but through silence, Dot, the kind that creeps in when affection fades. Kind that fills the space where love used to. Live, Dot, she stopped showing up, Dot. Stopped asking. Stopped caring, Dot, and I finally confronted her. She didn't cry. She didn't deny it. She just said, I didn't mean to hurt you. It just happened. It just happened. 3 words that destroyed trust, respect, and every dream built on honesty. For weeks after she left, I was a ghost of myself, not because she was gone, but because I couldn't stop asking, what did I do wrong? I replayed everything, every conversation, every mistake, every small argument, looking for reasons, for blame, for closure. That would never come, but that's what betrayal does. It tricks you into thinking it was your fault. Friends told me to move on. Family told me I'd be fine, but they didn't see the nights I stayed awake arguing with myself for not being enough. And then one day, in the middle of all that noise, I realized something. Didn't need to forgive her. I needed to forgive myself, not for trusting her, but for blaming myself for her choices, Dot, because trust isn't a weakness. Loyalty isn't a flaw, Dot, and love, real love, is never something to be ashamed of, Dot. So I stopped asking, why did she do it? And started asking, what did it teach me? It taught me that not everyone who says, I love you, means it, that some people only stay until they find better, and that healing doesn't begin when the pain stops. It begins when you stop punishing yourself for it. I started to rebuild, Dot, slowly, quietly, without posting my progress for the world to see. That I worked out, not to impress anyone, but to remind myself what discipline feels like. Focused on my goals, on my peace, Dot, on being the man I used to dream of becoming. Bare heartbreak made me forget who I was, Dot, and one day I looked in the mirror and didn't see pain anymore. I saw growth, Dot. The same pain that once broke me had become the foundation I stood on. Months later, she called, Dot. Of course she did. They always do. Hey, she said softly, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. I smiled, not out of joy, but because I finally felt nothing. You're right, I said. I didn't. She went quiet. Then she asked, can we at least be friends? I shook my head and said, I already made peace, not with you, but with myself. And that was the real closure, because forgiving her was never the goal. Forgiving myself was, for staying too long, for trying too hard, Dot, for losing myself in someone who never deserved me, Dot. And when I finally did, the weight lifted, Dot. No anger, Dot. No hate, Dot. Just peace. Now, when I look back, I don't see betrayal. I see a lesson. See the boy who was broken and the man who learned to rebuild. Because the truth is, her betrayal didn't end my story, Dot. It started a better chapter, Dot. So yes, she betrayed me, but I forgave myself for being human, for loving deeply, for believing in something that wasn't real. And that forgiveness, that quiet acceptance of my own heart, became my freedom. Might live with guilt. She might remember what she lost, but me, I live with peace because I learned that closure doesn't come from hearing sorry. It comes from saying to yourself, it's okay. You did your best. Now let go. She betrayed me, but I forgave myself. And that's why today, when she looks at me from afar and sees my calm, my confidence, my light, she finally understands. You can't destroy someone who's already made peace with their own past.